So what is going on YouTube? It's Beamer-Fonz, and today I'm doing a video. Actually, today's video is chasing down a vacuum leak on my E90 because when I'm sitting at a red light, I'm chilling. This just started randomly one day. I'm chilling and the RPMs just drop and then they come back up and then they drop, come back up, and you can feel it a lot in the car. But also, proud girlfriend or proud boyfriend moment. You guys did not hear that. She just managed to get her radiator out all by herself. I undid 2 screws and 2 hoses for her that were kind of stuck, but otherwise she did this all on her own. So I am a proud boyfriend right now. This is her E90. Actually, hers E91 LCI. I can't remember. E91 is the LCI? I can't remember. But anyways, on to my E90. She doesn't want to say hi. So, basically, I'm pretty sure I found my vacuum leak, and it was a crack in this hose right here. I will insert a clip of before I put tape on it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you think that right there would cause the issues I'm having. That is this tube going to the back of the valve cover, and I'm pretty sure this has to do with the PCV system. In here also, this hose is a major pain to get off. If you have to get this off, it's best to just take a flathead, stick it in there and pry it, because these clips just don't work at all, ever. Okay, that aside. So I've got my O2 sensors unplugged. I numbered them 2 and 1. Where the hell did my other plug go? See, I'm already losing plugs and I just started. Like, where did that go? Oh, 2 is right here. And number 2. Okay, so next I'm going to take this off. I was actually in the middle of it when I started recording. So we're going to get this off. And I've gotten all the bolts off for the intake manifold. This car is a single stage manifold, so there's not that much to it. Oh, but what I was saying is I figured I'm here anyways, why not just take off the manifold, see if I can install my catch can, and just eliminate some of these problem areas while I'm in here anyways. So, maybe I'll do the catch can today, maybe I won't. Also, you can see I was siliconing stuff trying to find the vacuum leak because I've been dealing with this for about 5 days. And the X5 still has a blown diff. You can see all the fluid on the ground, unhappily. So I have had no choice. I mean, I prefer daily driving this car. The X5 is asleep, so I didn't hear that. Because it's better on gas, it's nicer to drive, it's got the paddle shifters in the sport wheel, it handles better, it's just got not as much power. Okay, we're getting off topic here. But yeah, so I was chasing down that vacuum leak for a few days, and this is where we've ended up. So let's take this. Actually, these washers are gonna go flying. So let's put those over here. Get this guy. Oh, you know what? This thing should probably come off too. I don't really want to take that off. Okay, I'm going to come back in a second once I take off this intake boot and then just snake this under. This thing's starting to fucking piss me off. Should fucking do my starter while I'm in here. Replacing all these fucking hoses. Okay, so didn't get around to doing the catch can today because the girlfriend's car ran into some issues, so we had to sort those out. Basically the old hose, her old coolant hose was leaking because I guess the seal in it was bad and I didn't have any other seals, so we had to go grab a new hose. And this, I didn't get to do the catch can because of that, so that's kind of whatever. All I did was just basically cleaned up down in there. Wow, you can actually see the engine stamp now. Cleaned up down in there, and the land down under. Sealed up the hose. It doesn't look pretty, but guess what, guys? It runs well again. It does not drop the idle. I mean, like I said, it does not look pretty, but it does the job. Underneath there's tape wrapped around it. Well, there's glue holding the crack together. Then there's tape around the glue, and then there's silicone over that. And then I guess now that that is fixed, the engine runs mint again. Like it idles properly. There's no jerking or bucking. I have yet to take it for a drive, but I can tell by the way it idles that it's good. And to my surprise, when I scanned this car, there were no codes for the engine. There was only codes for the DSC system and one for I think it was this guy right down there, the aux sensor. So I'm gonna go do those, or I'm gonna address those, and then it's time to start doing go fast mods and maybe some lowering springs because it needs a bit more low. I'm still deciding if I want to do like a rally type build with this one, or if we just do a full semi-drift daily. Who knows? But we will see in the next few videos what we're going to do. So, if you guys are having any idling issues with your car, and you've checked all around here, you've sprayed all around here, you've sprayed down here with brake cleaner trying to find the leak, you've checked all your sensors, you've cleaned your MAF, check that hose back here, check that hose down here, and then there's one more. Where is it? Oh, it's back here, right down there. Check. Come on, you. Right there. Right where the camera's hitting. That one right in the middle. That one connects to, I believe it's for your fuel tank, but I could be wrong. And it goes basically right behind your steering shaft back there. But yeah, so hopefully this helps somebody out there, and if it does, then I'm doing my job. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It'll help me get this channel monetized so I can start posting multiple videos a week. Beamer-Fonz out.